You're listening to Daily Horoscope for your zodiac sign with Stephanie Campos. I'm your host, Stephanie Campos, and I am a practicing astrologer, psychic medium, and witch. In each daily episode, I covered a detailed overview of the astrology of the day and what you can expect from full moons to Mercury retrogrades. I've got you covered. And of course, there is always a personalized horoscope for your zodiac sign. If you scroll down in the show notes, there are always timestamps included for your convenience. And a quick pro tip before we dive in, I do recommend listening to your horoscope based on your rising sign for more accuracy. And if you are loving this podcast, don't be shy, leave a rating. Hell, even a review. I'm a one human show and produce each and every episode every day just for you. And your support means so much. Now let's get into the astrology of the day. This is your daily horoscope for Friday, January 9th, 2026. All times are Pacific Standard Time. The action starts out around 3:30 a.m. when the Sun in Capricorn forms a conjunction with Mars in Capricorn. This is taking place at 19 degrees. So if you have any planets or placements around 19 degrees of Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, you're the main characters today for multiple reasons. We'll get into that. And this is going to bring us back to January 6th and January 7th when the Sun met with Venus and when Venus and Mars came together in Capricorn. This is another moment that is tracing over those storylines, those conversations, and coming through with a more decisive energy. We have Mars, which is this planet of motivation, but also anger and challenges and frustration. So this could be a great time to express some of your own rage and anger that you've kept bottled up. This can be a moment where you're making an important decision, you're initiating an important project, or taking action in some way. Maybe you feel under pressure to take action or make a decision. This is also a Cazimi. So this is a moment of rebirth and strengthening for the planet of Mars. So this is a day that can give you a burst of energy as well. The energy can be very productive too. So keep that in the backdrop of your mind. Now, around 9:30 a.m., Venus in Capricorn will form an opposition with Jupiter in Cancer. This is taking place at 20 degrees. And Venus and Jupiter are the two luckiest planets in the sky. They're known as the two benefics in astrology. This is actually going to bring us back to August 11th of 2025, when Venus and Jupiter formed a conjunction in the sign of Cancer. This is now their full moon moment. So whatever dream, goal, relationship, creative hobby, desire, passion project you were focused on around that time, whatever source of joy in your life, this is a full moon moment regarding that topic. So typically when Venus and Jupiter form an opposition, this could mark a moment of celebration. This could mark a moment of relief or gratitude or feeling deep reverence for your support system, for making progress on a goal. Sometimes it can also really kick up this desire to overdo it or overindulge. You could definitely wind up with a hangover. I have many a times when Venus and Jupiter, sit across from one another in the sky. So if that's the case, just drink a little extra water if you do have something worth celebrating today. But in general, this energy is really lovely for connection, organizing, giving back, getting involved, especially in our local communities, and building systems and structures and avenues to support our loved ones, our neighbors, especially with Jupiter sitting in the sign of Cancer. Now, around 4:30 p.m., the moon in Libra forms a square with Mercury in Capricorn. This can kick up a busy energy for communication, needing to make an important decision. Maybe you're catching up on emails, text messages. Maybe your schedule is super busy and you're running from appointment to meeting to hanging out with friends. It's also possible that words can sting. Sometimes we're speaking quicker than really thinking through what we're saying. But in general, it's just a busy time for socializing and for communicating in general. Aries, when Venus forms an opposition to Jupiter, there could be some sort of major life milestone that's unfolding in your public life and in your private life. Maybe you are making a decision to move. Maybe you're getting promoted. Maybe there is some sort of major development in a family relationship or with a chosen loved one or family member. Maybe you are attending a very exciting celebration or gaining attention or recognition for some hard work and effort. Maybe there is just a sense of gratitude or celebration or excitement about what comes next. This energy could also look like making major progress towards a long-term goal or milestone that you've been working on. Taurus, when Venus forms an opposition with Jupiter, this can bring some important news your way. Maybe you learn lucky news. Maybe you hear the yes you were hoping for. Maybe someone tells you that they love you or how grateful they are for you. This can also look like you gaining attention for your voice, your writing, or your expertise. If you've been studying or learning something new, this can also look like an important moment of accomplishment or feeling more confident in what you've been learning. This also is lovely energy for traveling, taking a fun trip, putting yourself out there, taking risks, and soaking up life experiences. There might also be some major developments regarding your relationship with siblings and extended family members as well. Gemini, when Venus forms an opposition with Jupiter, this brings attention to your finances. Maybe you are paying down some debt. Maybe you're finally paying off a certain credit card, or maybe you're making an important investment or purchase for your future. This could also look like a raise, a promotion, a new contract or opportunity, or reworking your budget in a significant way. You might also have some sort of important conversation with a business partner, a lover, a roommate regarding financial expectations as well. This can also look like important emotional developments for sharing some of your shadow side, some of your feelings, your fears that you keep to yourself, but ultimately can feel healing and bring you closer with someone important in your life. Cancer, when Venus forms an opposition with Jupiter, there is some sort of important relationship dynamic shift. Maybe you are getting engaged. Maybe you are entering a relationship with people that you're really excited about. Maybe you are telling a crush how you feel about them. There is definitely romance potential in the air if that is on the table, and taking the next step and celebrating any important romantic relationship or relationships that you are in. This can also look like an exciting development with any other person in your life, with a roommate, moving in with a bestie, having a really great day with a loved one, or even some sort of new contract or client who enters your life that makes you feel hopeful or expansive. This energy can also help you feel like you're making progress on some of your long-term goals that you've set for yourself. Leo, when Venus forms an opposition with Jupiter, this brings attention to your day-to-day life, your routine, and your habits. If there has been some sort of goal or dream that you've been working on tirelessly day in, day out, this brings an important turning point. Maybe there is a little bit more hope or support or recognition for something that you've been toiling away at day in and day out. This can also look like more of a sense of ease regarding your own habits and patterns and behaviors. Maybe you've finally broken a habit and you're starting to feel some of the success from that shift. This could also look like an important moment of reworking your daily routine and just feeling a little bit more grateful for the smaller things in your life. Virgo, when Venus forms an opposition with Jupiter, this really heightens your creativity. This could look like a full circle moment regarding a hope or dream that you've had for your future. Maybe you are gaining attention or recognition for a creative project or a dream. Maybe you are standing out and self-expressing or taking a risk. There is a little bit more confidence and magnetism that you carry with you today, and it can help you put yourself out there. This is also a reminder of your creative potential. And there could also be just fun celebrations, fun events that you're attending today. Maybe you make a new friend or feel this deep sense of community or belonging or purpose. And this energy is also very romantic as well. So if you want to go on a date, if you want to reignite the spark with a lover, or even if you have children as well, this is the area of your chart. If you have fur babies, if you have human babies, there could be some sort of exciting milestone that unfolds. Libra, when Venus forms an opposition with Jupiter, this brings attention to your private life and your public life. Maybe there is some sort of major milestone that you're reaching, or maybe you're moving in with a lover, or an important roommate that you've had in your life for a long time is moving out. Maybe there are important shifts within your family dynamics, or you learn something important. This could also look like a moment of recognition at work, or achieving a major goal, or marking an important shift on your overall life path and direction. Scorpio, when Venus forms an opposition with Jupiter, this brings attention to your relationship with your voice and your mind. This can look like you sharing something that really feels fulfilling or healing. Maybe you also hear a yes that you've been hoping for. This can bring exciting contracts your way. This can bring positive news your way. This can just inspire you to change the way that you speak to yourself as well. You start kind of seeing the world with that glass half full lens. Maybe there is some sort of exciting travel you're taking. Perhaps you are signing up for a class or a course, or maybe you're stepping into a teaching role, or you're gaining attention for your own expertise and gifts. Sagittarius, when Venus forms an opposition with Jupiter, this brings attention to your relationship with your finances. Maybe you're making an important purchase today. Maybe there is a new job offer, or you're ready to ask for a raise and stand up for what you're worth. Maybe you're ready to launch a business on the side. Maybe there is a goal that you've set for yourself and you're finally able to invest in it. This energy also reminds you of your unique gifts and talents, and it can boost your self-esteem. You are also going to be exploring some of your deeper emotions. Maybe you're having deeper conversations that bring you closer together with someone else in your life. Capricorn, when Venus forms an opposition with Jupiter, this brings attention to your relationship axis. There could be some lucky news in your relationships romantically. Maybe you're taking the next step. Maybe you meet someone that you have an instant spark with. Maybe you just have a really fun day planned with your bestie or your roommate. This could also look like a contract or a client entering your life that leaves you feeling hopeful or supported or inspired regarding your own personal goals and life direction and where you're headed next. In general, you have a little extra magnetism and luck on your side today, so don't be shy in going after who and what you desire. Aquarius, when Venus forms an opposition with Jupiter, this is a day where you might want to slow down and spend some time alone. Solitude can bring deep divine insight and downloads, and it can help you come up with solutions that have been bothering you, issues, problems that have been making you feel stuck or stagnant. This energy can also help you protect your own time, your energy, set boundaries with grace, or even ask for some time alone if you've been needing to just unwind. Your intuition, your dreams are incredibly active today, so pay attention to any sign or symbol that shows up. And this energy is also a little extra supportive for helping you make changes to your own habits and break certain habits that you've struggled with in the past. Pisces, when Venus forms an opposition with Jupiter, you could learn some lucky news. Maybe you learn about a new contract or opportunity, or you hear the yes you were hoping for, or a new person enters your life and they really believe in you or one of your dreams and they help connect you with someone or something that can help kind of speed up those desires and manifestations. This is also a day of building community, friendship, of being social, attending a fun event, putting yourself out there, and just really living in the present moment. If you are seeking more romance in your life, this is a great time to reignite a spark, go on a first date, or even experiment with your sexuality. As always, I hope your daily horoscope has offered some guidance and support throughout your day. And if you can't get enough of this podcast and want more horoscopes, I invite you to join me over on Patreon, where every Sunday you gain instant access to 7 episodes of your daily horoscope for the week ahead, a weekly psychic reading, a monthly tarot spread, and a monthly meetup, which ranges from group tarot readings to group mediumship readings and circles to ask me anything about your personal birth chart. These group monthly meetups have been a real highlight over the past few months, and I am enjoying them so much. There is a link in the show notes to join. It is only $10 a month, and I hope to see you there. As always, I'm sending you love, protection, and blessings in every single dimension. Thanks so much, and see you tomorrow.